Hi there, welcome to Apple World. So it seems that Michael B. Jordan's separation from Lori Harvey was more chaotic than we understood. What's for you is for you. And emerging from that particular situation, not to give it any energy and sort of move from that, was, an encounter for me to develop. Indeed, you all better clutch your butts in light of the fact that Steve Harvey just uncovered Marjorie for covertly destroying the relationship and driving Lori to dump Michael B. Jordan. This story is totally insane, yet I have all the succulent tea on how Marjorie purportedly controlled Lori and arranged the whole separation. So the Harvey family has been in turmoil for the past few weeks, and individuals are currently saying that the family is very nearly self-destructing. There has been so much happening with the family, from Steve getting uncovered by his ex, Mary, for utilizing her to get rich and afterward unloading her for Marjorie, to Marjorie's ex composing a detailed storybook about her exceptionally muddled and brilliant past. Furthermore, presently it seems as though Marjorie is likewise getting uncovered for demolishing Lori's relationship with Michael B. Jordan. It's been about a year now since Michael B. Jordan and Lori separated. Furthermore, despite the fact that they attempted to keep the separation as relaxed and private as could be expected, it soon became clear that things got exceptionally muddled between them. Lori has forever been the sort to take her L's covertly, and she has never truly concealed any of her exes. At the end of the day, she dated Future and Diddy yet never concealed them after the separation, despite the fact that we know how wild both of those men are. However, at that point, she and Michael B. Jordan separated, and she posted this image of a vehicle's plate that said, "Dump him." She was not by any means the only one tossing concealment, however, in light of the fact that Michael B. Jordan was likewise on the shade train. He went on Saturday Night Live, where he had this to say regarding the separation. "Lovely people, introducing your melodic visitors for the night. Drake and 21 Savage, playing out a tune off of one of the most engaging collections ever. Her misfortune." Once more, this was somewhat strange on the grounds that Michael B. Jordan is additionally not the sort to engage in negligible show or toss conceal on the grounds that he simply minds his business. This was where we figured out that there was significantly more action happening in the background. In any case, things got considerably more abnormal when Lori's folks got involved in the wreck and began tossing their own shade on Michael B. Jordan as well. "In the first place," Steve tweeted, "spotlight on yourself." Margie and Marjorie posted this very obscure video on their Instagram stories. "You sit in an excessively lengthy it stops smelling. They'll come the fuck out of there." A great deal of things simply didn't make any sense, and individuals began asking why in the world Lori's folks were getting so engaged with her connections. While certain individuals accept that Steve and Marjorie concealed Michael B. Jordan since he mistreated Lori, others accept that Michael B. Jordan felt awkward in the relationship due to Lori's folks, particularly her mother. She continued to stick her nose into the business, and this, in the long run, prompted the separation purportedly. However, it gets significantly more intriguing in light of the fact that individuals accept that Marjorie maneuvered Steve toward loathing Michael B. Jordan. This hypothesis is quite famous and to be expected. When it's all said and done, Marjorie got hitched to not one, but two sellers that got busted by the FBI and DEA, and she figured out how to get off without a single charge. She then, at that point, weed Steve and afterward persuaded him to take on every one of the three of her children and give them his last name, which, surprisingly, made him focus harder on her children than his own natural children. Individuals say that Marjorie wears jeans in the relationship, and it's not hard to see why they would imagine that. In any case, remembering this, it seems like it would be simple for Marjorie to persuade Steve to loathe Michael B. Jordan. At the end of the day, Steve used to like Michael B. Jordan a ton and even talk exceptionally openly about him. "This person is a hero, man. He is perhaps one of the most pleasant people I have met. I've met his dad. I was set up with him. We've talked for quite a while. I can't see anything off about him." Michael B. Jordan was such an extraordinary person that it was not entirely set in stone to despise him. yet he was unable to track down anything about him to loathe. It seems like the kind of fellow you'd really believe your little girl should date, isn't that so? Particularly since she had quite recently escaped a relationship with rapper Future, who is known as the sort of fellow that most men wouldn't believe their little girls should date. He's known for being somewhat sexist. Also, we should not get into the way that he has like 1,000,000,000,000 children from various child mothers. He and Scratch are endlessly neck-deep. Yet Michael B. Jordan, then again, was the very kind of fellow that anybody would believe that their girl should date, since he appears to be a really extraordinary person. Additionally, Steve previously enjoyed him, so he ought to have supported the relationship. Isn't that so? Off base and 1-2 punches. Not in the least did Steve not endorse the relationship, but rather he additionally appeared to be out and out awkward with it. I've never seen that image. Truly awkward with that image not too far off. Presently, that could be a compass. However, we should not disregard the time that nearly elapsed when he got some information about his opinion on Michael Jordan and Lori getting married. Presently, Lori and Michael have been dating for more than a year. If he somehow happened to request to wed her, could you support it? That is a truly hard one. I would need to express myself up to this point. Goodness. Definitely. No. No. Goodness, man. Definitely. This was most certainly odd and surprising for somebody who was essentially fixated on Michael B. Jordan. Indeed, individuals sort of accept that the purpose of Steve's unexpected difference as a primary concern was that Lori could have done without Michael B. Jordan. It's a well-known fact that Marjorie can be exceptionally controlling, and Lori is effortlessly impacted by her mom. Steve is likewise effectively impacted by Marjorie, and it sort of makes sense of why he inclines toward Lori and Marjorie's different children over his own natural children, to such an extent that it even prompted a battle among the kin. Furthermore, an insider said Steve made the best decision by embracing Marjorie's children and loving them like his own. Yet there's a great deal of discord among the mixed Harvey family. There has tragically been some desire among the kin for Lori, who's the most popular of every one of Steve's children, to assume control over the spotlight with her high-profile love life. This simply lets us know that Lori's affectionate life is often discussed in the family, and Marjorie is vigorously engaged with it. Her abhorrence of Michael B. Jordan sort of makes sense of why her best friend Lisa Beam knew such a great deal about Lori and Michael B. Jordan's relationship, that she had a ton of tea to spill after the relationship finished. She said that she wasn't prepared on the grounds that when an individual or a lady finds a decent one, then, at that point, that is the thing you're searching for. In any case, I will say that she's still young. Do you understand what I mean? Furthermore, I, as well, was anticipating them making it, since I thought, graceful? Guess what? She's been searching for somebody to keep on her arm to have the option of having a relationship with. I figure that given the laid-out relationship that Michael had before this one, I believe that perhaps that online entertainment was all he needed. Also, I believe that I heard. And I will say this. I found out about his ex, and he was serious to the point that he might have missed her. Presently, Marjorie was clearly discussing Michael B. Jordan with everyone, since how in the world did her companion know such a great deal about the relationship? There could be no great explanation for why Lisa Beam ought to have been so happy to discuss her companion's girl's relationship openly. Lisa plainly doesn't get along with Michael B. Jordan, and the Rhodes are saying that this is on the grounds that Marjorie could do without him by the same token. Recall how I said that purportedly Marjorie can be manipulative as F? Indeed, insiders uncover that Steve accepts that Marjorie had something to do with Lori's separation, while Marjorie never straightforwardly advised Lori to part ways with Michael B. Jordan. She supposedly maneuvered Lori toward imagining that the separation was her choice. She made Lori think about the thought and delicately turned her against Michael B. Jordan. In any case, the source added that Steve doesn't imagine that Marjorie was off base, since she was paying special attention to Lori and attempting to safeguard her. Marjorie didn't feel that Michael B. Jordan and Lori were a solid match, and she, in a roundabout way, impacted Lori and controlled the whole relationship. Supposedly, Marjorie's control isn't actually to be expected for a great many people, and they left remarks like, "I concur, Marjorie is the sovereign running Steve," and showed Lori the game too. Like mother, like daughter, it represents itself with no issue. Also, Lori is very much like her mom. Her mom is showing her the game since that is what it is to them, a game. Nonetheless, there are individuals protecting Lori, similar to this individual who said, being a mother, some of the time you see things the world doesn't have any idea about, debating for the sake of debating, and this other individual that remarked, it seems like Marjorie is effectively running the show.